Blessed be on this day. Peace, it's your girl, T Speaks. I'm in the park and I'm doing my New Year's resolutions. I'm not big on New Year's resolutions because I feel like you shouldn't have to wait till a new year to start anything, that you truly want to do for yourself. But it's 2022, it's official, and so I thought I would share my journal entry for this day here, and hopefully it'll inspire somebody. So these are the 10 things to level up in 2022. These are the 10 things to level up for myself and maybe for you in the year 2022. Number one, praying over myself every morning. I want to encourage everybody to pray over yourselves every morning. I usually pray over myself when I'm warming up the car. It gives me, first of all, it gives the car a couple minutes to warm up, right, before I drive off. Second of all, it gives me time to just check in, breathe, and just settle myself before I attack the day. So, number one, pray over yourself every morning. Number two, budgeting and leaving room to splurge a little. So I've always been a big fan of budgeting and making sure that you know where all your money is going. But sometimes I've been a victim of my own um, overthinking and thinking that I could, or overcommitment and thinking that I can, you know. Um, Squeeze out every penny and make every penny count, and forgetting that, oh, I might want to actually have that piece of chocolate but I didn't budget for it, or I actually want to go to the movies tonight and I didn't budget for it. And then this cycle just kind of starts where I'm like, setting the expectation too high for myself and not leaving room, to have a little fun. So this year I'm going to continue budgeting, but I'm also going to leave room to splurge a little. Number three, being flexible with God's plan for my life. And I'll say it to you, being flexible with God or your higher power planned for your life. Um, I think that kind of speaks for itself, but, we're hitting our third year in this pandemic and we just don't know what's going to happen this year. All these new variants happening. There's talks of shutdowns again. We have to be flexible with ourselves, with our lives, with our lifestyles in order to get through it. Being too rigid, having a concrete plan is nice, but sometimes plans change. Sometimes things happen, and we have to have the mindset to switch gears fast. Otherwise, we can get caught in the trap of being too narrow minded. That makes some of us become bitter. We miss opportunities to grow and to do different things in our lives because we're not being flexible. So we got to be flexible with God's plan for our lives. Number four, this is a good one. I've been working on this one for like 3 weeks. Releasing people from high expectations. I have high expectations. I realize that whenever my expectations are not met, I get pissed off. I want to throw the whole life away. I want to stop everything and restart somewhere else. And that is just not going to be conducive for me this year or for the rest of my life. I feel like I've outgrown those behaviors. I feel like I need to, and maybe you're like me. Maybe you have high expectations for others. Maybe people have really dropped the ball on you and you're like, what the heck? I've always been there for you. I've always stopped everything that I was doing. I took time off of work to take care of you. I've loaned you money. I let you stay in my house. I let you borrow my car. I watched your kids. Whatever the case may be, we got to release people from our high expectations. Because people, listen, if people want to get it done, they'll get it done. If they don't want to get it done, they'll do that too. But our expectations have to be for us and for us alone, not for others. So that is number four. Number five, for me specifically, removing men or people from my imaginary pedestal. Single ladies, we have to remove men from the high pedestal that we put them on. Not that they're not worthy of being up there, but I notice for me personally, when I put people on a high pedestal, that means I have high expectations for them. That means that I'm subconsciously putting that pressure on them to perform. When they don't perform, when they let me down, my feelings is hurt, the world is over, I want to quit, and that's just not, like I said before, that's just not conducive for this season of our lives, right? So we have to start removing people. For me specifically, it was men, but whatever, if it's women, if it's your mom, if it's your daughter, if it's, whoever it may be, your boss, remove them from the imaginary pedestal. They are a person just like you are. Little do you know. They eat, breathe, poop, and sleep and bleed just like you do. Okay. They're no better than you. We got to stop putting these people, these rock stars, these social media influences, we got to stop putting these people on these highest pedestals, because it leaves an imbalance in us, and it makes them greater. It makes in our eyes that they're greater than we are. And we ain't about that life no more. Number 6, speaking up for myself more. And again, I'll turn it around to you. If you're listening to this and you're kind hearted, you're just as warm as apple pie, you probably are if you're listening to this, you got to start speaking up for yourself more this year. I know it hurts. I'm not a fan of conflict. I could be totally conflict avoidant. I just want to be at peace with everybody. I just want to namaste and not, deal with nobody's upsets or dramas. But this year, I'm putting myself first, and I'm speaking up for myself more. And whatever, and not in a bad way, not in a negative, catty way, but just in a calm, composed, firm way. Because people will use and abuse you if you let them. And they probably have in the past. Moving forward, we're going to speak up for ourselves more. Number 7, enjoying downtime. This is a good one. What does that mean? Enjoy the downtime. Accept the break or the rest period. Sometimes we just be going. And as soon as we get like a little 3-day weekend or a little Friday through Monday off of work, we just be like, what the heck do I do with my time? I'm guilty of that too. This year, we're going to accept the rest period. We have to take our breaks and lunches. We have to give ourselves time to refresh and rejuvenate. We're not slobs or sloppy if we have a Sunday afternoon lazy laying on the couch relaxing all day. That's not lazy. That's called self-care. Lazy is doing that Monday through Sunday. Like, that's lazy. You're not lazy if you take a half a day off. So again, take care of yourself. This is self-care year 2022. All right, 2 more. Number 8, or 3 more. Number 8, accepting where I am in my life. Accepting where I am in life and remembering that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. I know it seems super cliche to talk about it and to say that statement. I know you've probably heard it so much, and I have to, and I hate hearing it, and I actually don't like saying it. But when I think about it, I'm like, this too shall pass. It has no other way to go but to pass. And so that breakup that somebody might be going through, it's going to pass. Those hurt feelings that I had, because my friend, canceled plans on me at the last minute for New Year's Eve, which just happened yesterday, that will pass. If I have anxiety about starting a new job or, going to a new gym for the first time or meeting up with that old friend and hashing it out, it will pass. So just remind yourself, this too shall pass, and being okay with where you are in life. Like, it's going to work out. Things are always working out for you. If you look back on your life and really pan out, things have always worked out. Number 9, honoring promises regardless of others who don't. I'll say that again. Honoring promises regardless of others if they don't. If other people don't honor their promises, that's on them. That ain't on you. Okay? That's on them. That's not on you. I've learned in the past 3 months that no matter what happens, I need to show up and I need to do the work that is done. And if I have, for example, a gym date where I'm going to meet a girlfriend at the gym and we're going to work out, and do, whatever, the elliptical together and chat. And we, you know what I'm saying? And she texts me the morning of and says, I can't make it. I'm not feeling good. I still have to honor my promise to myself, because my promise wasn't to her. It was to me. You feel what I'm saying? And so I still push myself and I still go to the gym and I still do the work. And that has been challenging for me because being a former codependent, being a former codependent, I was afraid to go out with it and go out to places without somebody with me. I was like nervous to go and do things by myself. But I realized as I was getting older that if I didn't do the things, if I didn't follow through on the promises that I made for myself, and if I waited around for other people to meet me where I was at, I was going to be waiting forever and I was never going to get anything significant in my life done. And so I really had to, just again, release the expectations from other people, wish them well. If they show up, they show up. If they don't, I know for damn sure I better have my little self in the gym if I decide that that's what I'm going to do with my time that day, regardless if other people are showing up or not. So, number 9, honoring promises regardless if others don't. Last but not least, number 10. This is a big one. Ooh, be ready for it. Being okay with accepting help from others. Ooh. I had to take a deep breath on that one for myself. Being okay with accepting help from others. Now, as a self-proclaimed lone wolf, I don't like accepting help from others. I'm not a fan of needing people because people have let me down in a big way in the past. But moving forward and stepping into my truth and stepping into 2022, I'm realizing I cannot live on an island alone. I will not survive long. And so I have to be, like I was talking about in the previous one, I have to be flexible with God's plan for my life. I have to be willing to accept help. That's called being flexible for my life. I have to be willing to accept help from others, and from the right people. And if you're doing the work and, you're close to God, you're praying over yourself every morning, you're in the right headspace, you're in a right, even if you're not in the right headspace, you're just in a right heart space. Like, you ain't out to get nobody. Like, God will send people to help you, but you have to be willing and open-hearted enough to accept the help. And you can't have the pride in the way. I get it. I'm laughing because I don't want to start crying. You cannot have your pride in the way. Not for 2022. 2022 is not about pride. It's about prayer. It's about peace. And it's about prosperity. And it's about accepting help from others. And because we can't help ourselves unless we help others, but we have to be willing to accept the help first. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I got to say for now. Those are the 10 things to level up in 2022. I wrote it in my journal for myself. I thought I would share to you. If you like this content, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And just have a lovely 2022. Just enjoy it. Just take it one day at a time. This too shall pass. And like I said in all my videos, invest in yourself. I love you guys. Till next time. T Speaks. Bye.